Hey, what up guys, it's Neglect. I play Kuno in NA, you'll see me in Node or in AOS. I've seen a lot of new Kuno players recently, so I figured I'd make a quick jumpstart guide for Succession Kunoichi. It's not meant to be an all-encompassing guide, it's meant to be the basics to get you a general idea on what the class can do and what it's capable of. I'll make sure to add timestamps, so if you want to jump around to any specific section, you can, make it easy to come back to. Without further ado, let's get into it. Start off with the add-ons. Here's the add-ons I use for different types of content. Pause the screen if you need to. At the end of the day, what's going to matter most is that you adapt your add-ons to your playstyle, so while these can be a great starting point, they suit me, but they may not suit you, and I'd recommend you build your own. For skill enhancements with Succession Kuno, we start with Oni Shadow. Oni Shadow allows you to re-enter stealth for the 15-second duration after you use the ability. It's a short iframe dash to start, and after that, it's no longer protected, it just allows you to re-enter stealth. Gives you a small magic DP buff and evasion rate buff. It's great for positioning in large scale and getting info. Sinew Cut is a short backwards dash that allows you to enter stealth. The damage is irrelevant, it does no damage. The iframe is somewhat unreliable, but it's a great repositioning tool in 1v1 small scale and AOS. For the second tier, it's going to be Heart Snatch. It's a quick movement filler damage ability that's good for finishing combos and also has a short iframe on it, though it's quite unreliable. Shackle Target is quite good for protected movement. It has a reliable super armor on it as well as a quick backwards movement. For skills to lock on Kuno, there's only 3 skills. It's going to be Tragic Blade, Ninja Evasion, and Brace. Brace can interfere with skill inputs, so I would recommend locking it and putting it on your hotbar if you ever need it, especially if you don't have the infinite mana potion. For skills to have hotbarred on Kuno, there's only 4 really important ones I'd say, everything else is optional. You're going to want to have Kick on your hotbar, as it can be a convenient re-CC during combos, sometimes you run out of other options. Concealment, so you can enter stealth without having to use smokescreen. Shackle Target, for the mobility, it has to be hotbarred, and your E-buff. For buffs and prebuffs on Kuno, you only have 2 prebuffs. It's going to be Shadow Slash for 5% attack speed, Floor Sweeping for 10% down attack damage. On Crescent, you get 20 melee AP, and on Block Jump, it'll give you 6. In addition, you also have Smokescreen, which is a 9% evasion rate buff. You might consider using this as a prebuff if you're an evasion player. There is no one best way to move a Succession Kuno. What I'd recommend is just spending time practicing, learning what skills flow into each other to create your own movement change and feel it out as you go. Your important cancels on Kuno are going to be canceling into Shadow Stomp. You can do this with Kunai Throw, as well as Ghost Step, and lastly Ghost Greeting. Other useful cancels for Succession Kuno are going to be canceling the wind-up animation on Flash Slash using Smokescreen, as well as canceling the wind-up animation on the Magna skill to fast cast it. You can do this using Ankle Cutter, as well as Ghost Step, and the last main cancel for is Crescent Slash. Your main catches on Kuno are going to be Flash Slash. This is a protected stiff that you can move. It's only on the first tick that it stiffs. As well as Tendon Cutter. This is a protected float. Block Jump Stiff is also a great catch. If you go behind your target, you can transition this into any number of CCs. And of course on Kuno, you have a Grab. Another very quick catch out of using forward guards is going to be Smokescreen. What you can do is you can cast it with spacebar after any skill, but in this case we'll use Ankle Cutter to get behind their forward guard and stun them. The last main catch I'll talk about is Shadow Stomp. This is completely unprotected, so it is somewhat risky, but you can make it into a pseudo-protected skill by mouse moving it, and it becomes a very, very powerful catch. Other CCs on Kuno are going to be the Crescent Slash Float, as well as Hotbar Kick Float, And lastly, we have Wheel of Wrath that is going to float on the first tick. You can instantly cancel it after the float to use it as a somewhat protected CC. The core unique mechanic of Succession Kuno is the Ninjutsu mechanic. Using different abilities will grant you different runes that you can unleash for powerful effects. To get the top rune, you can use Foxclaw, Shackles, and Shadow Clone. To use the bottom left rune, you can gain it from Block Jump, Smoke Screen, and Shadow Stomp. To get the bottom right rune, you can use Shadow Explosion and Tendon Cutter. And the core principle of our combos are releasing 3 runes for a big damage Wheel of Wrath to finish opponents off. Other ninjutsu releases that are worth mentioning are from Kunai Throw. While you have the bottom left rune, it adds a stiff effect while consuming the rune. You cannot use this effect if you already have 3 runes. It will just act as a normal Kunai Throw. Succession Kuno combos are very flexible. It requires you to think on your feet a lot, as the skills you use in movement and neutral game are also the things you're going to be using in your combos for re-CCs and damage. I have some example combos playing in the background, but be prepared to freestyle your own combos depending on what the current situation is and what cooldowns you have up. That's going to be it for me. If you have any questions, you can find me on my stream at twitch.tv/neglectbdo. I'll link it in the description, and I stream almost every day. You can also catch me in the Kuno Discord. I'm very active there, and I can help out with any questions you have.